great to see you this morning. Good to be together with you. God's grace and mercy be with you today. A couple of things to share with you before we begin our worship. The first thing that I would like to do is just kind of go over what's going on in the week. Tuesday is the elders meeting, so elders look forward to seeing you Tuesday evening. Wednesday, soup supper. Wednesday evening worship. And then chime choir rehearsal after Wednesday worship. Thursday is the church council, so you should have church council members. You should have received an email about the meeting. If you didn't let me know, that means I probably have the wrong email address or forgot you, but yeah, I apologize. So church council on Thursday. Friday, ladies Bible study. Saturday, the LYF, Saturday morning, 9 o'clock. We're going to stuff Easter eggs so we can have an Easter egg hunt for the kids on Easter Sunday. Next week happens to be Palm Sunday, and then we're into Holy Week, so we're almost up on Easter already. So again, just to reiterate, LYF, this coming Saturday, 9 a.m., meet in the gathering room. For some stuffing some eggs for an Easter egg hunt for the kids on Easter Sunday. Then, like I said, Palm Sunday is next Sunday. It's also Confirmation Sunday. So, Connor Boyd and Claire Andrews are all excited for Confirmation Sunday, right? Can't wait. Oh yeah. So that'll be good. A couple of things to point out to you in your news and notes. The first is there's a Lutheran Walk for Life. There's a hat sheet in your bulletin about a Lutheran Walk for Life that's being sponsored by Zion and St. John Dublin. Information about that here. Check that out. Encourage your participation. The other thing is this hat sheet. Jesus Lives. Our VBS this year is, instead of all 1 week long VBS, we're going to kind of break it out over a couple of different days. The first one is April the 24th, Sunday April the 24th, from 4 to 6 p.m. So moms and dads, sign up your kids. Whether the ages pre-K through 4th grade. Grandmas and grandpas, sign up your grandkids, and just bring them for the program. Also, I just wanted to talk to you for just a minute about the Easter Vigil. I don't know if you've seen the Easter Vigil service in the schedule for Holy Week. Easter Vigil is a little bit different than what we've done in the past. Previous years we've had Monday, Thursday, Good Friday, and then an early sunrise service, Easter Sunday morning, and then a festival service, and then had a breakfast in between. Well, instead of a sunrise service this year, we're going to have an Easter Vigil service. An Easter Vigil service starts at sundown on Saturday. Reason being, sundown on Saturday, according to Jewish reckoning, was actually the start of Sunday morning. If we're counting time the way they used to count the time in the Bible, well then Easter Sunday starts at sundown. And the idea is that we watch and pray until Christ returns, is raised from the dead on very early Sunday morning, is what the Bible says. So during the Easter Vigil service, it's kind of a long service. I'm anticipating about 2 hours. During the Easter Vigil service, we'll actually kind of go through the experience of Christ being raised from the dead. It's kind of cool. The service begins with more of a somber tone. We read some Old Testament passages, and then Christ has risen. Hallelujah. Oops, I said it's still there. And then we take the So it's kind of a cool thing, something that the church has done for, forever. And we're going to try that out here. This will come up in a couple of weeks. So encourage you to come for Easter Vigil. Hope you do. One other thing to announce to you this morning, and that is the trustees are looking for someone to mow the cemetery. If you are interested to do that, please talk to one of the trustees, and they would be glad to get you signed up for that. I guess one last thing that I'll share with you. Last Sunday, we did a loaves and fish kind of thing. I gave a challenge to the congregation we're talking about the parable of the 5 loaves, or not the parable, but the instance in which Jesus took 5 loaves of bread, 2 fish, and fed 5,000 people. He took what was put into the hands of his disciples and he multiplied it. So we decided we would give that a try. And I gave everybody who was here a $10 bill, and you were supposed to take that and make it multiply somehow over the week and then bring it back. Well, they did that in the gospel reading, and they gathered up what was left over at the end and put it in baskets. Well, so there's a basket in the back there for your loaves and fishes offering, whatever it was that you brought. I mentioned last week that if you have some story that you'd like to tell about how God multiplied the $10 that you received, we would love to hear that story. Anybody got a story they want to tell? Just right off the hand, right off the bat here. Anybody? What happened with me was I reached into my pocket. You know how sometimes you reach into your pocket and you pull out some money? I reached into my pocket and pulled out some money, and it's like, well, I wasn't expecting to have that, so here we go. God multiplied the money, and we'll put it in the envelope and bring it to church. Anybody else have a story to tell? I know it's on the spot, and it's in front of a lot of people, and it's embarrassing and all that kind of stuff, so we don't like to do that. Please do.
Most of you know, well, not most of you, some of you know I do a little thing called Marrax, sustainable cleaning. And so I decided on Sunday, well, everything I make this week, I'm just going to put it in that because it's bonus. This is my bonus money anyways. Probably the best week I've had in a long time. And I didn't even work that hard, so, you know, it was a gift.
Well, praise be to God.
And then I got to bring some random ones, and so they got it too, so.
Praise be to God, that's wonderful. Thank you for sharing, Stephen. Anybody else? Yeah, sure.
This isn't about the loaves and fishes.
What?
No.
Sure, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Okay, please do.
You've all seen my notes I put in the bulletins in February and March, and the last 2 weeks have been an answer to my prayers, and praise to God for directing you to increase donations like everyone has, because we've received not enough to eliminate our deficit, but we've whittled away at it like 2/3, and we just got to keep that all. That's what I'm. Just thanks for everyone for doing it. Praise to God. Thank you.
Thanks be to God. So in case you didn't hear what Jerry said, pretty good offerings the last couple of weeks, and it says
6,000.
So around 6,000.
I mean, I don't know if people are aware of it. That's usually what we do.
All right. Thanks be to God. Any other stories that anybody wants to tell? Well, one last thing I'll point out, Pastor Andreessen and his wife Monica are visiting from Iowa. Pastor Andreessen was pastor here in the early 80s, left 1984. So if he looks familiar, that's probably why. So welcome, really happy to have you. I'm glad that you're here worshiping with us today. I think those are all of our announcements. Again, if you could just write a little story, something like that, so that we can know how God blessed you over the week with the loaves and fish. If you don't want to, I suppose that's okay. But I think it would be cool if we had a little collection of stories so we could celebrate what God has done. Order of service is the order of prayer and preaching. Our opening hymn, Lord, to you I make confession, 606. Please stand. We'll listen to page 260, that's part of the general. Beginning with the opening versicles, this is the day which the Lord has made.
Let us rejoice and be glad in it.
From the rising of the sun to its setting,
The name of the Lord is to be praised.
return to the Lord your God, for he is gracious and merciful.
Slow to anger and abounding in steadfast love, and repents of evil.
Jesus said, if any man would come after me,
Let him deny himself and take up his cross and follow me.
Christ was wounded for our transgressions,
He was bruised for our iniquities.
from the rising of the sun to its setting.
The name of the Lord is to be praised.
Glory be to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and will be forever. Amen. And we sing the Old Testament hymn.
And we will say
purple sheet in your do's and don'ts, and we will speak the Psalm 43 responsibly. Vindicate me, O God, and defend my cause against an ungodly people. For you are the God in whom I take refuge. Why have you rejected me? Send out your light and your truth. Let them lead me. Then I will go to the altar of God, to God my exceeding joy. Why are you cast down, O my soul? And why are you in turmoil within me?
Holy God, for I shall again praise him, my salvation and my God.
I'll invite you to please be seated. The first reading, the Old Testament reading for today, the fifth Sunday in Lent, is from Genesis chapter 22. After these things, God tested Abraham and said to him, Abraham, and he said, Here am I. He said, Take your son, your only son Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah, and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains of which I shall tell you. So Abraham rose early in the morning, saddled his donkey, took 2 of his young men with him, and his son Isaac, and he cut the